up in the outline, you're going to state in the topic. It includes an example, a discussion, and a conclusion. So now if we look at the topic, some phrases we can use to start the topic would be such as firstly, or looking first at, and every supporting paragraph also has an example from real life that helps to prove what you're saying in the topic. And examples can be brought up by saying things like, obviously, for example, or for instance, or even if you'd like to phrase it, take, and then whatever your example is, and then for instance. So if your example is Shanghai, you would say, take Shanghai, for instance. Okay, and then on to the discussion. Now the discussion is a little bit more difficult because you have to kind of use your brain to link your example to your topic. But some phrases that you might find useful, that you might be able to use in here for your discussion, could be something like this example clearly shows, and then whatever. This example clearly shows, or perhaps it is obvious. It is obvious when looking at this example that. Let's move this over a little bit. So it is obvious when looking at this example that, or even this example makes it clear that, this example makes it clear that, and then whatever. Or when looking at this example, there is no doubt that. I'm sorry, the text is not wrapping, so you can't really see it so well. When looking at this example, there is no doubt that, and then go on to say whatever you'd like. The conclusion for the supporting paragraph. The conclusion is trying to link the discussion, or sorry, I'm trying to link our topic for this paragraph back to the thesis to kind of keep everything together. So some phrases you can use to start your conclusion might be something like, it is obvious that this links to the thesis. You could go on to say, it is obvious that this, or from this, it can be concluded that, and then you would state the link between the topic and the thesis. From this, it can be concluded that this links to this links to the thesis. Or something like, thus, there is an obvious link between this and this. Now coming down to the conclusion paragraph. So the conclusion paragraph includes 3 sections. There's a summary, which just talks about what we talked about in supporting paragraph 1 and supporting paragraph 2. There's a restatement of thesis, which is saying what we said in the thesis again, but using different words. And then we include a prediction or a recommendation. So in the summary, we might use something like, after analyzing the areas of, and then after analyzing the areas of 1 and 2, so the topic supporting paragraph 1, the topic supporting paragraph 2, or following the analyzing of supporting paragraph 1, supporting paragraph 2. Now the restatement of thesis is pretty straightforward. You're just taking your thesis and stating it again, and you don't really need a lead-in phrase for this, but you can use one. Here's some examples. So perhaps you might start with as has been proven. As has been proven, and then whatever your thesis is. Or maybe it has now been shown, or even as has been shown. Now the prediction and recommendation is also quite straightforward. You could start with it is expected that, or it is predicted that, just to start those phrases. Okay, so there's a number of stock phrases that you can use to help start your sentences in your essay. Thank you for listening.